I used to think that the only thing they did was practice yoga and meditate. But I didn't know what was actually going on. Well, if you were to say, what is yoga, what would be your answer to that? You see, that's it's not the full story. Some people even see as religion, and they look at it and they say, oh, they're praying to this God and that God and worshipping, and these are movements for that. That is the mystical part that nobody speaks about, which in some sense has some truth behind it, but then at the same time, who is God, or what is God, or what is the worship? Because to me, how I look at it is very simple. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. I like to come from a more scientific standpoint and outlook, because it's digestible for the human mind. And the distinguishing, the difference between any energies that you will call divine or not divine is purely positive and negative energies, which is the world of duality that we live in. That's the problem, you see, because a lot of people, they see it as, yoga for weight loss, yoga for flexibility. Let's get my body moving and get the body active and shed some fat and tone up a little bit and things like that, which it's obviously it does, because you're moving your body at the end of the day. If you go to the gym and you work out and you move your body, obviously you're going to lose some weight. You're going to get fitter. But the essence of it has to do with what they speak about when they dive deep into the chakra system. I mean, commercially, people refer to the 7 chakras, but they are not the full story. That was one of the most defining moments on my, you can call it, spiritual awakening journey. When I was in the mountains doing the practice with my master, and I was thinking, why is he putting me through so much work, all this back bending and placing the body in such weird positions? Why am I putting myself through that amount of stress? And that one day when we did a shoulder lock, a grip, and when we did that clamp, he was explaining what I felt, this sensation that actually traveled up to 3 channels on the back of the neck, which meets the pineal gland and the third eye. And I felt that sensation in that moment from the shoulder. And at that point, everything started to become clear. You see, this is exactly what we practice in Y4M. What we refer to as yoga for manifestation, because the mystical, the secret behind it is the power that you can get in manifestation when you know how to transmute your energy and connect with something that is, we can call beyond you, but is pretty much you, a part of you, but the greater you that is beyond your physical being. And so that's why we were very blessed to get that permission from a true Himalayan yogi, a a siddha of the Himalayan mountains, a person who's practiced for that perfection, to allow us and give us finally that permission to give this truth, give these mystical powers and secrets and share it with the world so that people can use it to enhance their life and manifestations. Well, the movements is very simple because we will start from the feet. That's how you recognize when we are practicing Y4M. And when we start from the feet, there are certain clamps and certain triggers that open up the small valves, known as the minor chakras. When we open up those valves, and when you see we lift the legs up while our frame stays low, those energies are moving towards what we can refer to as the lower three chakras. We can refer to the energy center. We can refer to what Chinese would call the dantian, which is the core of the energy. Most of our energy is situated here. So once we finish the leg movements, we're allowing the energies to unlock and flow towards the lower abdomen here. What is happening is it's forcing, pressurizing that energy to release traumas, blockages, disempowering energies and negative energies. It's allowing that to activate. And then from there we start some core movement. And the core movement is the main activation of your main channel, the core and the lower back. When we do these movements, what we're doing is essentially opening up the big tap, the current, to allow the energies to be set free. But I know the follow-up question, because you're going to be wondering, why do we want to set our energies free, right? When we finally reach the top end of the body already, with the shoulders, with the top end of the body, with the neck, with the eyes even, a lot of people don't know that's a control box, but when we flip ourselves in inversion, in yoga we have a lot of inversion, going upside down. That's why we call king of asanas. But which position we face in, you know, facing east, facing north, facing west, where do we face, to what time we are facing it, to how our tongue is when we are upside down. It's all a formula. And when all is in the correct time and moment, our energies now is forced and pushed up towards what people will refer to as third eye activation. And that's why, since doing third eye meditation, or going through third eye portal after activating, I have never tried any other manifestation technique anymore, because it's not necessary. This is something that is way beyond any form of law of attraction or understanding that people commonly talk about, you know. I call it the airport. It's a place where you can go out, you can connect with the bigger energy, and I don't want to alarm anybody. I'm not talking about God. Or maybe you refer to it as that, but I'm not. I'm referring to the collective energy, the infinite, everything else that is around us. You know, that connection. And when we connect to the abundance of that, and we throw our intentions, set our intentions in that realm, and then using breath, knowing how to use breath work to draw that energy back into this physical and ground it into physical reality, guess what happens? Well, I always say, energetically, when our energies are at a certain vibrational frequency, our body will follow. What I'm saying is, our physical reality is purely a limited reflection of our infinite metaphysical reality. So when we finally learn how to combine, get out of the stuck 3D matrix, you can call it, and we know how to transcend that energy and bring it back, we'll see manifestations will happen effortlessly.